It was a sunny day anyway. So why should we complain? It was a sunny day anyway.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thunder and Lightning podcast. I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
I want the TV off. It's on
Yeah.
for some reason. There we go. Hey, Lightning.
Hey,
How are you?
it's been a rough one.
A rough week, or you want to just get right into the...
Yeah.
So, I if you watch Kingdom Hearts... excuse me. If you watch Kingdom Hearts, I wrote a little thing about it. But, so, I mean, this is not news. Everyone who's listening probably already knows, because this is going up Friday. But Chadwick Boseman has passed away due to colon cancer, which he kept a secret from everyone, which is crazy to think about because
At least definitely Endgame. He had it.
dude, he
4 years, they said.
Yeah, I have a feeling that he signed on as Black Panther, filmed Civil War, which probably took a month because he wasn't in that movie that as much as the other
Right.
people, and then after wrapped shooting on that, and then a week later got diagnosed with colon cancer and made the
Did he
decision
really
to
film the other three in that?
Yeah,
Wow.
because Black Panther was 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy that he kept it a secret, but also made the decision all right, I'm still gonna play Black Panther.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, was he just not treated? I don't think he would have lasted 4 years if he wasn't treated, but he always had his hair.
no,
Even at the end.
From what I read, he was diagnosed at stage 3, and stage 3 means that you have basically no chance. And if it goes to stage 4, you're gonna die any moment. And if they catch it at stage 1 or stage 2, they can fix it, but not at stage 3. So basically, when he got the news that he had colon cancer, it probably also came with the news of you will not survive. And then he was like, well, I've got movies to film.
Yeah.
He filmed 8 movies with colon cancer.
Wow.
He
That's
also
impressive.
It is impressive, but it's also just I guess heroic would be an appropriate word. It's just I don't know. I don't want to be it's cool, but it is. I don't know. It's very noble of him to be
Yeah.
no, don't worry about me. I'm still gonna be Black Panther, and you know, he also sort of not related, but he also married his longtime girlfriend secretly, recently.
Oh.
Before he passed away, which I didn't know about, obviously, because he kept it a secret. I was very affected by this. I wasn't, because famous people die all the time, right? But
Yeah.
this is one that was not old,
No.
and people were theorizing that he was sick, but we didn't know it was gonna die soon.
Yeah.
Cancer sick. And I was just like most people were, everyone was. I was caught off guard, but I was just so upset. I was watching a live stream. Excuse me, sorry, we just ate we always do. I was watching Brianna White, I talk about her a lot. And she was playing a game, and I was cutting out those things for Dungeons and Dragons. So I wasn't really paying attention to the stream that much. And then all of a sudden I hear her reacting to the chat oh, is that true? Is that confirmed? And then I look at the chat, and the chat's Black Panther's dead. And I'm like, what? And then I just I don't know. I was just very affected by it.
Yeah.
Because it's someone I know, quote unquote, you know? It's not just oh, I know that person. I just recently watched a movie with him in it because I watched MCU movies a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, he was part of your favorite franchise.
Yeah.
He-
Yes. Yeah.
He was also young. He's also the first one to go in that franchise.
Yeah. The first like main character.
Yeah.
I
Why?
think-
Who else?
Well, I feel like there's some bit characters that have since passed away, and Stan Lee, of course.
You're right. But I
we-
just
we-
meant of the heroes.
Yeah, of the of the Avengers. He's
Yeah.
the first Avenger to.
And I don't think we were expecting to even consider that for
Right.
at least another 20 years.
Right. No, and because it's weird, right? Because you talked about this too while we were eating lunch, but it's the thing of like that thing of like this can't be true. Black Panther 2 isn't out yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's such a silly thought, but like that's kind of where my mind went right away. I was like, what do you mean Chadwick Boseman's dead? He's got a movie on the way.
Yeah. Very unprofessional.
And then yeah. You caught me off guard with that.
Sorry.
Here's the thing about that, because I'm kind of torn. If it was up to me, out of respect for Chadwick Boseman, I would be like, no Black Panther 2. What?
That's what I said. That's exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's exactly what I said to Pauline. And she came back to me with, his sister takes the mantle of Black Panther when he's done, right?
Oh,
I
that's
was
cool.
like,
I did not know
oh.
that. That's pretty cool. What I was going to get at is, if it was up to me, I'd be like, out of respect, no more Black Panther
Yeah.
movies. He's Black Panther. He's dead now, so no one else can play Black Panther. But at the same time, in a post-2020, post-Black Lives Matter being like a super important, very like eye-opening,
I
very
said this
necessary
too.
movement, Black Panther 2 is such an important movie.
Well, I just said the oh my god, what was the word I used? I said it very well the other night.
I believe you.
The representation needs to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if they were going to do anything and have it be remotely respectful, I think they would follow that storyline of his sister taking over.
That would be
also. This borderlines on the respect factor, but the Black Panther suit's all CGI. If you wanted him in there for like 2 minutes before you do whatever you're gonna do, you could just have him with the mask on.
That I didn't even think of that. What I was thinking was because I can't remember a specific example off the top of my head, but I know that this has happened before in movies, but it definitely hasn't, like we were talking about, it hasn't happened in the MCU yet. But I feel like it wouldn't be. I feel like it would be respectful and also go down smoothly if Black Panther 2 starts and there's a funeral for Black Panther and Black Panther died off camera. We just didn't see it. And
Yeah.
like maybe way more people than who were planning on being in the movie are there. Like
Yeah,
maybe Captain
yeah.
America's not Captain America, but
And
maybe
he could be.
maybe there's just like a bunch of Avengers there. I know we just
Just
did
ended.
a funeral.
Well, that's
but-
not anybody's fault.
Right.
It's cancer's fault.
Right. No, I feel like did Fast and the Furious do something like this? I don't watch those movies.
I don't
But
either.
they lost
Yeah, they lost one of the main guys.
yeah, and I know that for the movie he was filming, they replaced him with like maybe the best CG body double I've ever seen. But I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be weird if it was like movie starts, funeral happens, they're like, "Oh, he died off camera," but they say it better than I just did. And then the title card, rest of the movie happens. Now Shuri is Black Panther.
Yeah. My only thought on going that route is somebody better teach her how to act better.
Oh, you mean her attitude?
Her attitude, well, that's the writing. I'm not even going to, but she needs to do a little better job. Maybe it was her, maybe the attitude partly came from her execution of the lines, but just that, let me rephrase that. That character needs to be better.
Oh, well, if you're going to if you're going to go from sidekick to main superhero, you kind of have to have a little bit of a change. I wouldn't be opposed to, I know it's probably how the comics did it, but I wouldn't be opposed to his girlfriend character taking up the mantle rather than his sister.
Oh, that'd be
Because
cool
his
too.
sister is very ingrained in the whole like tech side of
Yeah.
things, and it seems like it.
She's also a petite actress.
Yeah, that too. That
Not
too.
saying that, but like Black Panther's one thing is I'm Black Captain America. I'm just super
right,
strong
yeah.
dude.
No, and I mean if you have the whole. Oh wait, in the Black Panther movie, there can't be another Black Panther.
I think they're gonna. I feel like that's an easy right around.
Okay.
Like maybe they saved a plant or something.
Yeah,
I feel like you can write around that
yeah, yeah. It sucks.
because you're as of right now. Yeah, he's the last Black Panther.
Right.
But there's gonna be something.
Yeah.
If you can't write around that, then we're looking for jobs always. We're me and Thunder and Lightning will write
Yep.
the next Black Panther.
Yep,
for
we
you.
look the part. We
No,
could
I
definitely.
didn't mean play it. I mean write it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I'm just sitting here like, yeah, I could definitely play Black Panther.
No, we'll write it.
That's the role I
That's
was
what I
definitely
just said.
born
I said
to
if
play.
you can't write around that,
Then let us do it.
then let us do it. And then if you can't write around one of us being Black Panther, I don't blame you. But no, there's a there's a thin line where they can do this respectfully, or they just drop it. But that representation should be there.
I think at least we're probably gonna see a delay.
Oh, yeah.
Like in addition to the delay we were probably already going to see due to
Oh, you got to write a
the
whole new
pandemic. There's Did he? That's the thing. Did he even tell
movie. I
the
don't know
people
who
at
knew.
Marvel? Like it sounds like nobody knew except his family.
I have a feeling there were some higher ups who knew what was going on.
Probably right. Like, is that written in your contract? Like,
If you have health issues, you
if
have
you
to
have
let
health,
us know.
yeah, if you have health issues, you have to let us know.
I don't know. Well, obviously Marvel contracts are very good. So
Right,
far,
yeah.
again, I'm trying not to do jokes because this is very serious and I'm hurt by it. I genuinely, I
Yeah.
don't want to poke fun at this, but like so far there's been one of two ways out of a Marvel contract, and that's them firing you in
Or
the case
you're-
of War Machine, or you're there.
Until
till
your
the end of
characters-
time.
Yeah,
No, not till your character.
right. 'Cause-
Until you or your character.
right, because as we all know, Iron Man is in
He's
fact
not done.
going to be in Black
Yeah.
Widow.
Yeah. No, there's two ways out
yeah.
so far.
That guy, who was that? Terrence Howard, who played War Machine.
Yeah.
That guy fucked up.
Oh yeah.
War Machine's
Oh,
awesome.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
And they
But,
got the right guy. To
Oh my god,
replace
I
him.
know. And they had maybe the best, like, actor changing over scene in any
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
ever. I still love that scene. Iron Man 2 is not the best Iron Man movie, but that scene's pretty good.
I watched Ocean's 11 with Pauline yesterday.
Okay.
I don't think you've seen that movie yet.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have?
Wait, which one is that?
The first one.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen all three of those.
Why'd you ask me which one?
Because there's a new one that I haven't seen.
Ocean's 8. Nah, forget that.
What an ostentatious name.
Ocean's 8.
Yeah, because that implies that they thought they were getting a trilogy and that they were going to do 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12,
No,
13.
8 is the newest one.
No, I know, but it's a prequel.
Oh.
And it's
I didn't even think of
and
that.
it's 8. So they
9,
were like,
10.
we'll call it 8 so that the next two could be 9 and 10, and then we have 8 through 13.
And let's kill off the main character of the franchise anyways. That's a good way to start it. Let's just kill off the guy who George Clooney's character dead.
Oh, is Ocean's 8 not a prequel?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
It's like his wife or some shit and her band of female characters. Remember where there was that year where they were like, let's just do all the movies again but with women?
Yes. Yeah.
And
Ghostbusters.
And how it's good in spirit but like tanked?
right.
Yeah,
it
that
did,
was
yes,
one of them.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Right. But I guess I just assumed that because it's called 8 and 8 comes before 11 on the numerical system that it was a prequel.
Even Star Wars got that part right. But no, Julie Roberts or whoever looks in the camera says George Clooney's character is dead. Now we're going to do it. And then you say, "Oh, well, I'm glad he couldn't show up." Are you gonna slit Brad Pitt's throat in front of me now? And Matt Damon and others.
Don Cheadle's in that movie too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's.
That's probably why
Thank you for
brought up-
bringing me back on the track. No, Pauline looked at it and she said, "Oh, there's War Machine." I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
it is War Machine," and nobody else.
Brad Pitt's a Marvel superhero. He was Invisible Guy in Deadpool 2, remember?
Oh my God! Let's have that just be his only role in Marvel.
Oh, no, I'm sure it will be.
Wow.
Matt Damon was also, he was in Thor Ragnarok, and he was in Deadpool 2. In Deadpool 2, he was like a trucker.
Oh, he was.
And in Thor Ragnarok, he was Loki, stage Loki.
Wow, only mid-2000s actor to get in on both Fox's and Disney's Marvel scene.
Yeah. Trying to think of any.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, no, Chris Evans.
Time out.
Chris Evans was Human Torch and Captain America.
Chris Evans and Thanos.
Oh, yeah. Same year.
Yeah.
That was the same year. Yeah.
That
Good
was
for
my
him.
bad.
What was your fucking
Oh my
story
God.
about Ocean's
There
11?
was a ton. I told you. I
Oh,
said it.
okay. Okay, good. Doesn't he have like a French accent in that
He
film?
has an English one. It's a Cockney accent.
Right.
And it's a little over the top. But
Yeah, I
think
remember
that's
him
what
not-
they wanted.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was going to say I remember him not being that like good at it, quote unquote, but I think that was intentional.
Yeah. It would have been cool if the third one they just had him drop it halfway through a sentence.
That third movie when Matt Damon puts on the fake nose,
Oh my God.
that like ruined me. For like the whole scene I was like something's off. Something's off about Matt Damon. And I don't know. And then he takes the fake nose off and I was like, "Oh shit." Like I genuinely couldn't tell like the whole time. I was like,
I hate
who's
it
it?
too. He's so ugly with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks like a male witch.
According to Sabrina, there is male witches.
That's good.
But they do use the word warlock. It's confusing.
Or wizard. I feel like it's either way, right?
Right. No, but I'm saying in Sabrina,
Yeah.
there's a witch school, and the men at the witch school are still witches, but they also sometimes use the word warlock. So I don't know.
Which school? Oh, dude. Anyways.
Which school? Why this one, silly? Yeah.
But no, we God, I know this is a gear change. We kind of subtly got out of the morning of Black Panther there for a
Yeah.
second, but no, it's very upsetting. Upsetting for his family,
And
upsetting
I
for
wanted
fans,
to-
and
Of course, yes. I think I said that in the Kingdom Hearts video. Our hearts go out to them, who honestly were probably not that this matters, but we're probably way more prepared for this than we
Yeah.
were because they probably knew about it. It was good to know that he was surrounded by family when he passed away. Also, sort of unrelated, but still kind of cool. The tweet that his family put out that was like, "Sorry, he passed away. Here's all the info." They put it on his official Twitter, and that tweet is now the most liked in Twitter history.
oh wow,
Yeah, and which is a big deal because for two reasons. One, Twitter's been around since like 2007, and two, it's been like 2 days.
yeah,
and it's already the most liked tweet. I just wanted to say, you and I, but I will speak for myself personally. I've shit on the Black Panther movie a lot.
Yeah.
I know we deleted the big episode where we shit on it out of respect for BLM stuff, but I do talk about my disdain for that movie a lot. Never once have I said that he is not the issue I have
Oh
with that
God,
film.
no. We even
He
said it
is-
in the episode.
in the
we
episode
deleted.
that got deleted.
He's
yeah.
the best part of the movie.
He is the best part of the movie.
In my opinion, will not be swayed because of this. It's a middle of the road Marvel movie.
Exactly, and most of my issues are with the writing
Mm-hmm.
and the CGI.
Yeah.
The music is incredible,
Yeah.
and Chadwick Boseman's performance. He is Black Panther.
Oh yeah, no, he is absolutely
if
Black
you-
Panther. He's the
if-
best part.
Even now after he's passed away, if you're like, so who would you pick to play Black Panther? I'd be like him. I don't know. I know there's no
Yeah.
other answer. It's him.
Yeah.
He did a great job. He got to play the greatest black superhero of all time, and he
And
did it exceptionally.
I don't know if you said this or if Pauline said this. It's not even that he played a black superhero. He just played a superhero. he wasn't like, here I am, it's Mr. Black.
Oh, right,
the
yeah.
token black superhero.
Right.
He was just
No, he just
transcended that.
yeah.
He was just a superhero.
Yeah.
And I think that's what was cool about that character.
Yeah. No, he was great. Forrest Whitaker was not so great in that film. But
Oh
But-
yeah, he was in that movie.
he's like the driving force behind the villains
Oh yeah.
fucking like vengeance in that film, which is the weirdest part. No, we're going to stop talking about it now probably. But he was great. And I think tomorrow my dad and I are going to watch Infinity War or a different movie that heavily features him. If my dad's feeling better, because he's been feeling a little under the weather, but he doesn't have COVID.
Yes.
I didn't talk about this once because it's my personal life, but we thought that we had a little COVID scare, but my dad took the test and it came back negative. Isn't it funny? Isn't it just so funny that the COVID test takes 3 days to process, which is exactly how long it takes to completely and utterly succumb to the coronavirus? Isn't that just a hoot?
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there for 3 days, like, if he has it, he's gonna die, and we'll find out that he had it after. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's where my mind was, and I'm just like, this fucking sucks. I know that there's no way to expedite it.
Well,
but,
no,
like,
there absolutely is. Michaela's job gets it back in the same hour. I don't know why it takes so long
What?
at the hospitals. Yeah.
Wait,
they
where
get
does-
it back in the same day. No, her school. Same day results. I don't know
That-
why.
Okay, whatever. That's
No, it's bullshit. I know.
okay. That's weird.
I think it's because they do it all in-house at the school, where if you go to the doctors, they got to send it off to some place.
okay.
It doesn't make a difference, though.
Doesn't it?
Shouldn't make
I'm
a
not a-
difference.
I'm not a medical expert by any means.
I even asked Pauline. She
It-
was like,
Yeah, it takes too long, I think.
oh, yeah.
It takes a little too long, especially when compared to how quickly some people have like gotten it and then died from it, like the time span of that. Christ, let's talk about comic books or some shit. Hey, do you know who Olivia Wilde is?
Don't point at me, you piece
Oh,
of
sorry,
shit.
I forgot. I'm not supposed to point at him. He gets really, he's like a squirrel. Do you know who Olivia Wilde is?
I know the name. I couldn't tell you.
She's been in a couple things. Have you seen
Oh, Olivia Wilde. She was. Do you know what I know her from?
what?
Billy on the Street. That is what I know her
oh,
from.
okay, yeah.
She's wife to whatever Sudeikis.
Olivia Wilde's married to Jason Sudeikis?
I think so.
I believe you. I don't know much about Olivia Wilde. The only Olivia Wilde movie I've seen is In Time. Have you seen In Time
No.
with
I just explained to you my extent of knowledge of this actress.
Okay, that's fair. Did you ever see Cowboys and Aliens?
Oh, you're just not gonna list Billy on the Street.
Okay, yes, okay.
She's the actress from that one episode of Billy on the Street.
She
talks about sex.
has started directing.
Okay.
She directed
I want to make sure this is the right person.
sure. I don't think Olivia Wilde's married to Jason Sudeikis. I'm going to be real with
I'm
you.
gonna look it up.
It's Wild with an E.
I know
Wild.
what it is.
Okay. All right. Anyways, she started directing, and she directed I forget what it's called, but it was like a all-girl teen comedy
Yeah, this
thing.
is who I thought it was.
And she a little bit of news about her. Yes.
Spouse Teo Raspoli, 2003 to 2011. Partner Jason Sudeikis.
That's weird. I didn't know that. I literally did not know that.
2011 to wow, she got divorced instantly. Started
yeah,
dating
it's almost
Jason
like she
Sudeikis.
probably saw Jason Sudeikis and was like, well, hello.
One of her both of her children are Otis Sudeikis and Daisy Josephine Sudeikis. She's dating this guy, did not have a child with her husband.
ex-husband.
Yeah, which, whatever.
Well, that's nice. That was a nice little Olivia Wilde family history lesson.
Yeah. So
I
I knew something about her. So don't even tell me whatever you were going to say. I already told you more about her than you knew.
Oh, all right. Okay,
All
let's
right.
talk.
No, go ahead.
No, she's normally I would not be excited about this because it's barely news, but news broke that Olivia Wilde is going to be directing a female-led MCU movie in the future.
Oh, well, there's the... What are they called? The whatever force. The... Why can't I think of their
No,
name?
no. The A-Force.
The A-Force.
No, because she retweeted the news article that said that with a picture of a spider.
Oh.
And for some reason, now I'm excited, right? Because everyone in the comments is talking about Spider-Woman.
No, it's
It's got to be Gwen, right?
yeah.
That's where my head is at.
She's the thing right now.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone in the comments was like, "Oh my God, Spider-Woman," and I'm just sitting here like, "But Gwen is cooler," and Gwen is a teenager, which is the only other movie Olivia Wilde's directed was about a female teenager.
Yeah. Also, in and of itself, whether it's Spider-Woman or Gwen, that probably tells us right now that the multiverse is real.
Probably, yeah.
Despite the fact that Doctor Strange's next movie is called that.
It's got that right there in the title. No, I just got really excited because I heard that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. That sounds neat. I'll hear about that eventually. But then I saw that and I was like, oh shit, I love Spider-Gwen, and I wanted to talk with you, Chris. Who would you get to play Spider-Gwen? He's got an answer. He can't remember her name.
Kick-ass girl.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
I love her.
That would be fun. That'd be cool.
I think she'd be fantastic at it. Is she? No, she's probably still in the age range, right? She's a young-looking actress.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
look
she's
at a
like,
recent picture of her.
I think she's like 20,
Not that I
21.
haven't recently. What's her name?
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yep, there she is.
I think she's can't be more than 25 years old.
She's roughly our age. Maybe she'd have to play a little older. Oh shit! There's the picture. I mean, don't look at the dumb face she's making, but like, look at the hair.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, she'd be perfect.
Did you not look up her age? You just look up pictures of her.
Oh,
You're trying
sorry.
To, you're
I
trying
just
to-
wanted to see if she still looked young.
Yeah. No, she. Yeah.
1997. Oh my God, she's 23 years old. That makes me sad.
Yeah. So I was right. I said like 21, 22 ish.
Could
I
she
was-
play a teenager? Could somebody fool me into thinking she was a teenager?
Yeah, of course.
Probably, right?
I was gonna say. I think your answer is better, but before you brought that up, I was gonna say, I think Haley Steinfeld would be a good Spider-Gwen because Haley Steinfeld voiced Spider-Gwen in the Into the Spider-Verse, and
I'm looking her up.
I feel like she could do a good job live action as well. But now that you bring it up, I think
Yeah.
Chloe Grace Moretz. I think Chloe Grace Moretz could be a good one. I like that a lot. I wasn't even thinking about her.
I kind of like my pick better.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Also, her general vibe and
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
stuff
she-
I've seen her in.
Yeah, she's always like. I'm just realizing I haven't seen her in like anything in a while. Has she been doing things?
I think she's like in that indie movie scene right now.
Okay,
Which,
that makes sense.
Whatever, teach their own.
Yeah. No, but I get what you mean. Every role
Also,
of
she's already
hers-
played a superhero. She already can do the
Right.
acrobatics and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, every role she plays is a little like, hey, I'm cool.
Yeah,
Except Carrie, but like,
that's not her fault.
that's not. I like that Carrie movie. A lot of people didn't.
I haven't
but
seen it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I
I actually haven't seen any Carrie movie.
mean, there's the first one,
And then there's that one.
and then there's that one. There's a Carrie 2, but it's like not official. It's official, but it's not like there's no Carrie 2 book, I don't think.
Okay.
The mom in Carrie in the remake is played by Julianne Moore, and she does such a good job at making me feel very uncomfortable.
Is
the
that
whole
intentional?
yes, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Because the whole point of Carrie is Carrie's mom is like this crazy, like Christian, who like is super overprotective of Carrie and like almost didn't let her go to public schools and stuff. And then Carrie develops, as near as I can tell, telekinesis. And then she, she goes crazy. I won't spoil everything that
I
happens.
was gonna
but
say
she,
thanks for the spoilers.
But she,
Dick.
I mean, it's stuff. She's weird. She gets bullied. Stuff happens. She goes crazy.
Look you right in the eyes. I say I haven't seen the movie before.
Well,
Tell me the whole movie.
Well, I'm just telling you everything I knew about this before seeing it. But I don't know what I was getting at. Oh, Julianne Moore just says some weird stuff that I will never forget because of how weird it was.
I just realized there's only one Carrie, real person named Carrie that I know, and it's Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never heard that name anywhere else except that movie and Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think I have either.
Spelt the same too, I think.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
It's about her.
It's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not about her. Did you watch High Score?
I've been watching High Score. Is that the... Because I remember Toys That Made Us saying they're making a video game adaptation of their show. Is this that adaptation? Because it has a very Toys That Made Us vibe.
I have no idea. I haven't watched it. Started watching High Score yet.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Okay, good. No, I don't think so.
I'm on episode 4, I think. Me and Pauline are watching it.
I feel like that show would probably be called The Video Games That Made Us, right?
You'd think, but I think they were trying to make it like their own.
Then
its
maybe
own
it is.
thing.
I don't know. Did I see this right in the trailer? Is Charles Martinet up in that piece at some
Haven't
point?
seen them yet, and I already saw the super duper This Is Nintendo
Oh, okay.
episode. Speaking of which, I actually wanted to talk about this.
Yeah.
Hold your tits a second.
Okay. I'm doing it, I promise. I'm definitely not doing that.
Okay. I was looking up the first issue of Nintendo Power on
Yeah.
eBay.
The one with the carrot.
Claymation Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because they were talking about it, and the woman mentioned she was like, there were 3.2 million copies of this made, so if you're looking for it on eBay, everybody has it.
Okay.
It's going for between $200 and $1,000.
Okay. That's
Which
a pretty big range.
That is a pretty big range. Well, it probably has to do with condition.
Yeah.
But I found the most expensive thing I've ever seen on eBay.
Oh, okay.
Not looking for it, but
Right.
through looking for this copy of Nintendo Power.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess what it is, and do you want to guess the price? It's graded.
Oh, God.
This thing that I'm talking about, it has a grading of 5.0. Half. This thing is at half life.
Okay. I don't know.
No ideas. Just get the most expensive thing on eBay that I've found. There's probably more. But the most expensive thing I've found, do you want to guess what it is? Do you want to guess the price? Do you want to guess none of it?
I'm going to guess that it's a video game.
Okay. You are correct.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh. Is it one of the burnt up ETs?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would have been cool.
What is it?
It is the 1990 Nintendo World Championship
yes, of course.
golden
Oh my
cartridge.
God. Yeah.
At a 5.0. That
Yeah.
sucks. That's not a good rating.
Yeah,
Guess how much?
Oh, it's got to be something like ridiculous, like 80,000 or something like that, right?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
$1 million.
Really? Wow. That's
who knows
a
if they're
lot.
gonna get that?
Right.
This is a real eBay. I have a picture
Yeah,
if you wanted to
do
look.
you know why it's
so expensive? Probably because it's graded. And once you grade something, it stays in that container. You can't take it out.
Right.
And that jacks up the price.
Well,
But-
that too also, but also
Or
they
best offer. I just realized it
or
says
best
$1
offer.
million.
All right, put it in offer for
Or
$32.
Best offer.
$1 million or best offer. Eat shit.
So I'm guessing they're
no,
not
the-
expecting $1 million, but
the-
it's listed at $1 million.
the Nintendo World Championship happened once.
Right.
And
This cartridge I know because I watched High Score. This cartridge holds 3 games.
but they also only made like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Because they were for the winners or whatever,
No,
right?
I think they were for you to practice. I think everybody
Oh,
who
that's
made it to
right,
the
that's
finals
right.
got a copy
That's
of it.
right. So there's
There's
only
probably like 100 of these.
Yeah, but still, that's like not that much. I wouldn't pay
No.
that much
for an NES cartridge.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm honestly. I'm trying to think if there's anything, like, assuming I had money to throw away at something. I'm trying to think if there's any like collectible anything I would pay
This
that
is
much
such a niche.
on.
Who's a billionaire? Because you have to be a billionaire.
A billionaire
Who's a
gamer?
billionaire that wants a billionaire gamer that loves the NES? Is what this is for.
Yeah.
Also, you're not. I know. You can't do that on eBay, right? You can't say, like, I want $1 jillion or whatever you want to give.
No,
me.
you can, because if no one pays it, the listing just goes away and you put it back up. You know what I mean?
So this guy's really holding out for $1 million.
Yeah,
or he's joking, or it's just a big goof, and then he scams somebody.
From what I know from my brief time over the last couple of months with eBay, what's going to happen is he's he's listed that for $1 million. I can only assume for 7 to 8 days.
Yes. So this was yesterday. It will arrive at your house Tuesday, September 1st. if you paid for it today.
So he's probably, because the fact that it says $1 million or best offer makes me think that he definitely knows he's not going to get $1 million for this. So I bet you that no one buys it. Assuming no one buys it, the listing goes down. I bet you he puts it back up at like 400K or something like that. Like, I bet you he reduces it like significantly.
Yeah.
Like, okay. $1 million was too much. No one bid. That's a starting bid. Yeah, that's how this listing's going. A starting bid of $1 million. That's the bidding starts at $1 million. Oh, I see $2 million.
No, then crickets. Everybody's like, I can buy all 3 of these games on my Switch for 29 cents a piece.
It's not like signed by anybody or anything like that, right?
It's graded.
It's just
It's the cartridge graded.
That's so weird.
And grading does add a shit ton of value. I know that from working at a comic store.
I think if a movie car, like if the Batmobile or the DeLorean or something, like the actual one, was on sale, maybe I'd throw $1 million on that.
Actually, funny enough,
or the Millennium Falcon.
The 1990s Batmobile did go up.
Yeah, because Jeff Dunham had it
10 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, because Jeff Dunham bought it.
Do you know how much it was valued at?
No.
$400,000.
Oh, really?
This guy wants more than double the Batmobile.
Because I know that Jeff Dunham bought it, the ventriloquist comedian, and he also recently sold it. Like, he didn't want it anymore. Probably because
nobody wants the fucking Batmobile.
Well, I
what are you gonna do with it?
I always assume that it's because he's a shitty comedian and it probably isn't as popular as he used to be, and he also has like 4 kids and a wife. I used to love this dude when I was a kid, so I know a lot about him. I'm sure he could have used the money. But also, like, it's so weird to me that, like, I feel like once you have it, you know? Like, I feel like if I don't have anything like that, right? But if I were to get, like...
You don't have a Batmobile?
Like, I'm just saying, like, if I won, like, Ron's prop wand from Harry Potter and I have it, like, I'm not going to give that up.
No.
Like, even... I think even if I'm... I don't know.
But
I've
if
never
you
been
pay
homeless,
for
but,
it,
you know.
I mean, there's a difference, though. You said, I want it. If you paid for it, though... Some people do that with collectibles.
Yeah.
I know that from working at a comic shop. They'll collect it for the collecting aspect. When they're sick of it, they'll try to sell it at a higher rate.
Right. No, yeah, I guess you're right. But that's clearly not what Jeff Dunham did. He clearly wanted the Batmobile and then didn't want it eventually. Yeah. I'm assuming it was the one from the first Tim Burton movie.
Probably. That's the one everybody wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're going to have a Batmobile, that's the Batmobile to have.
Yeah. The new one
doesn't exist.
Not
the
new
Christian Bale one.
The Christian Bale one? Oh, was it all CGI?
I think it's all. I don't think that thing exists.
That would make sense because I was at the peak of, like, let's just CGI everything.
Yeah.
It's also dumb.
You don't like that Batmobile?
No, I always didn't like it. At first, I was like, oh, that's okay. It's like an ATV Batmobile, I guess. And then I was just like, I think halfway through Batman Begins, I was just like, no, never mind. It's not good. It is. I will say it is cool in The Dark Knight when it gets destroyed and all of a sudden he's on a motorcycle now.
Yeah.
That was cool, but the Batmobile itself I always thought looked
It was
a little
definitely
dumb.
an odd design, but you have to consider they're like he's getting all this stuff from military supplies.
Right.
So they're not going to have a Cadillac souped up in its Halloween costume.
Right.
You know, it's supposed to look like a tank,
I don't even
like a next-gen Hummer.
they didn't make a big deal out of it, so I don't even really remember what the Batmobile from the new stuff looks like. Because I know it was in BVS and I know it was in Justice League, but it might have even been a different one each time.
It might have been the 1990s Batmobile that Jeff Dunham
It
sold.
might have been, yeah. I honestly have no. Did you say stole?
Sold?
Oh, I thought you said stole. I thought you were like, no, Jeff Dunham fucking stole it. He got all his puppets together and they went on a heist.
God, how many pictures do you think he has of him with one of those fucking puppets dressed up as Robin in the passenger seat?
I mean, how many puppets he got?
Right.
7? Probably 7 then.
Yeah. God.
Can I talk about 3 Jokers?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. 3 Jokers comic book just came out. It's not done coming out. There's going to be 3 issues. August, September, October. So we just got issue 1 and they confirmed what everyone already assumed. The 3 Jokers are the one that killed Jason Todd, the one that crippled Batgirl, and the original one. And he's cool because he's like wrinkly, like you can tell he's old.
Oh, that's cool.
And issue 1 was sort of like I'm sitting there, I'm reading issue 1, I'm like, they're not going to tell me this time, but like they better explain to me why there's 3 Jokers, and the answer better not be something dumb. Because I think I've talked about this before, but they've been teasing this since like I think it was like 2017 during the Darkseid War. Batman got access to the Chair of Knowledge, and what he did was he asked it a question only he knew the answer to, which was who killed his parents, which, by the way, not many people talk about this because I feel like it's a pretty ridiculous thing from comic book history. Do you know the canonical name of the dude that killed Batman's parents?
I know from the movies, but I know that's probably not it.
His name is Joe Chill.
Awesome.
And that's not a joke. So then he asked it, tell me the Joker's real identity, and they don't reveal what he heard until later in the Darkseid War, where he says that the Chair told him that there are 3 Jokers. And ever since then, people are like, well, it's got to be the one that killed Jason, the one that tried to kill Barbara, and the original one, right? And sure enough, we were right. And
do they count? I guess they kind of do have to count because Caesar's Joker is one of the 3 Jokers. Like, at least in concept.
Cesar Romero from
Yeah.
the TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
Because I was going to say, do they count the films, but they at least counted the TV show? At least for looks, because I'm sitting here like, is Mark Hamill's Joker at least adapted in some way into one of these Jokers? Or
I think because it's interesting you bring that up, because when I'm reading anything, but when I'm reading comic books, I tend to pick a voice for everyone.
Yeah.
Like when it's the Joker, I always pick Mark Hamill's voice to read that in. And I was reading White Knight, which, by the way, if you are into comic books and you've not read Batman White Knight, right now in today's socio-political climate is the perfect time to read Batman White Knight. But anyways, there's 2 Harley Quinns in that. It's non-canonical, but they're basically like, there's the original Harley Quinn and this new Harley Quinn. And to delineate them in my head, original Harley Quinn is Tara Strong and new Harley Quinn is Kaylee Cuoco, the woman from The Big Bang Theory who voices her on the new TV show. So I always try to associate a voice with them. So I've always, this is how I always see it. Cesar Romero is the original one, because the original Joker is literally like, I have a flower that shoots acid, and my cards are razors, and stuff like that. And then I've always put Killing Joke Joker as Mark Hamill, because that's Mark Hamill's favorite Joker, and that was actually the one, if you remember, he was like, I will only come back to play Joker if they do a Killing Joke movie, and they get Kevin Conroy to play Batman, the guy who played Batman on the TV show. The voice that I used for Batman when I'm reading comic books. The only one I'm not familiar with is the one that killed Jason Todd, which I thought this whole time that Jason Todd's he tried to kill him but didn't succeed. It's actually not the case because I just started reading Red Hood Outlaw as well. And Jason Todd was killed, but he was brought back to life by Ra's al Ghul's Lazarus Pit.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that. Red Hood Outlaw, I have a story about that too. Trying to figure out how to read that. But no, Three Jokers, it was basically just an intro, but it was so good because there was like a page of, it was like a page of what Batman's doing right now, and then a page of him fighting the original Joker, and then it was like a page of Barbara Gordon, and then a page of her like Killing Joke stuff, and all that. And once they did that, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. There's going to be 3 main characters, 1 for each Joker. And if you don't mind me spoiling how Three Jokers Part 1 ends, Jason Todd, Red Hood, he kills one of the Jokers. He kills the one that he's pretty sure was the one that killed him, but that Joker had original Joker stuff, like the flower and the cards and stuff. And he, along with me, thinks that he was dressed like that because he was trying to trick him, because some of the things that Joker was saying was like, he would only know this and feel this way if he really was the one that killed Jason Todd. But the whole comic ends with him saying, God, I hope that was the right one. So I'm liking that a lot. I wish it would come out quicker, but I understand why it doesn't. I was trying to so I saw a preview, not a preview. It was like brand new look, and it was for something called Red Hood and the Outlaws. And I looked at the synopsis. I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. And then I realized the synopsis I was reading was for Volume 3. So I was like, oh, let me go back to Volume 1. So I find Volume 1 of Red Hood and the Outlaws, and it was like, this is a continuation of Red Hood Outlaw. And I was like, okay. So I went all the way back like 7 volumes for Red Hood Outlaw. And then when you get to Red Hood Outlaw, it's like, this is a continuation of the Red Hood and the Outlaws. And now I'm all the way back to fucking 2011 with this series. And I'm like, what do I I just wanted to read a comic. Where do I start? And that's when you go to Reddit and you're like, tell me where to start. And Reddit was like, just start with the 2016 one. So I have, and I did. But that one really interested me because it's the first one where Red Hood's like the main character, and his team that he's got, it's him, it's an Amazon woman who's not Wonder Woman, and it's Bizarro Superman. So
wow.
I'm very curious to see how that works. And Batman White Knight is the one where what if Joker was fixed? And it kind of paints Batman, but also like law enforcement as a whole as the bad guy. And Joker's like sort of the good guy, but he probably won't end up being. I don't know. I haven't read it all yet, but it seems like he's still doing some weird stuff. I just love comics, and Three Jokers was very good. I've been reading. I don't just read Batman. I've been reading a lot of Batman lately. But that is not all I read.
So one thing that's always gotten me, every DC Batman comic, is it all canonical with itself?
No, so there are some that are directly non-canonical. Like Killing Joke famously is not canonical, but they took it's not canonical, but Batgirl was paralyzed for like 10, 15 years in the comics. So they take some stuff, but like I know White Knight isn't canonical. I know but some of them are. The Return of Bruce Wayne, the one where he like goes through time and is like a caveman and then a pirate and stuff. Pretty sure that one's canonical. Basically, if it's like, if you see a book and it's like Batman whatever, and then you look at the book and it's like this collects Batman issue whatever through this, then it's usually canonical. But if you pick up like, for example, Killing Joke is one book, or Dark Knight Metal. If you pick up Dark Knight Metal, it's like collects Dark Knight Metal 1 through 6, and that's all there is. That's not. I don't think Metal is canonical, but maybe that was a bad example. But usually you can tell if they're like, if it's called something and it's like this is this, then it's usually non-canonical. But they're weird about stuff like that. Like Killing Joke wasn't canonical, and then recently in Joker Wars, which I have not read yet, they just did Killing Joke again because they liked it and they wanted to make it canonical. It seems like they can just pick and choose, because I think the guy who wrote White Knight is currently trying to canonize White Knight, but the reason they don't want to is because of the Harley Quinn thing, because there's never been 2 Harley Quinns before, and he came up with that. Excuse me. But he is continuing that. The Harley, it's called Batman White Knight featuring Harley Quinn, is coming out in October. So, having not finished White Knight, I'm curious to see which Harley Quinn it is. So that'll be interesting. Sorry, that was a lot. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, it's just that's always been one thing for me with comics is you kind of narrowed down my 2 issues, is where to start and what's canonical.
Well, that's the thing, because I heard a long time ago, before I was a fan of comics, I heard about Return of Bruce Wayne, the one where he fucking travels through time. I was like, that sounds so cool, and it was on sale, so I bought it, and I was reading the synopsis, and it was like, this is a continuation of these 3 things. I was like, wait, okay. So I looked up those, and like one of them's a Superman story, and one of them's the other 2 are Batman stories, and I was just like, this is like, what is all this? So I looked it up, and if you ever look up, like, if you're trying to look up, like, if you're trying to read a comic and you're like, what do I like, where do I start? I want to read this one. What do I have to read before I can read this one? Don't look up reading order or reading list, because they'll just put it fucking everything. Recently I looked, I really want to read Dark Knight Metal, and because death metal looks really cool. And I looked that up, but there was just like a ton of extra stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this Reddit post and this list, and I'm just going to make my own list. But with, like, for example, perfect example with Red Hood and the Outlaws, like, sometimes there's just straight up like, no, this was bad, start here, it's in the middle, but this is where it gets good. But then there's the confusing ones, like the Grant Morrison shit, Return of Bruce Wayne and stuff like that, where it's like, well, you could just start at this, but you'd miss this. I run into that all the time. Like when I was reading Gotham City Sirens, like every other page is like, remember Hush? You read Hush, right? Hush was the biggest comic book ever. You've read Batman Hush, right? And I'm like, no, I didn't read Hush. I just wanted to read Gotham City Sirens. It looks really cool. And like literally every other page is like, Hush, though. We're referencing Hush. So it can, you know, be that's the most difficult part of starting to read comics now, is where to start in a particular storyline. That's why I'm kind of enjoying White Knight and Kingdom Come and all the ones that are like sort of not canon, because it's like its own self-contained story.
Yeah.
And if you liked it, but more importantly, if you didn't like it, you can be like, oh, but it's not canon. And then maybe later it will be canon, but who knows? How long have we been going on this episode?
52 minutes.
Oh,
cutting
perfect.
out a minute and 15 seconds.
Right. Yes. Thank you. I assigned
53 minutes.
Chris with a complicated math problem right before we started that he has to constantly be doing the whole episode. I did want to talk about my She Says plushie. Do you see a little plushie back there?
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy from Boundary Break.
That's cool.
He had a little it's called Makeship, the site, and the way it works is like we're gonna make this many of these, and
He's number 1 of 420. Awesome.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I didn't know that actually, but yeah, I don't think mine is the first one. I think it's just one of.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way it works is like, here's the goal number. We're going to make 420 of these. If we don't get 420 orders, we're going to make 0 of these, and we're going to refund everybody.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And I honestly thought that happened. I thought that he, like, didn't get enough orders, and I wasn't going to get it. And then it came in the mail. I was like, oh, my God, there it is.
Why don't they do one of us?
Because we have, like, 4 subscribers.
Okay, so 4. There it is. No, we don't. We have 107 subscribers as of today.
Yeah, don't let me
and you were all
shit on your...
Super awesome. Thank you for subscribing.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk about real quick before we end? Anything that happened during the week?
I feel like 4 is an honest number. I know we have 107 subscribers, but if they were like, well, sure, we'll make one of you 2 4.
Oh, yes, I see what you're saying.
4 people to say they'll buy one. I feel like that's doable.
Yeah, you, me.
Yeah, well, there's half. Pauline might pass.
You, me, maybe Pauline.
And then some lucky person who we beg.
I think if we begged Dr. Payne enough, he would buy one.
Yeah.
He could do a review of it on his fucking show.
Oh, God. I love it. Let's get in contact with this chick.
No, was there anything else you wanted to anything else that is substantial happened in your week that you wanted to talk about before we wrap up? The answer is no, that's fine. We've almost been going an hour.
me and Pauline are almost done with chapter 2.
Oh, good.
That's
cool. That's exciting.
Yeah. Bands are going well. Romantis might have a t-shirt design ready to go.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm personally excited about that.
Me too. And we will definitely sell more than 4 of those.
Well, one can only hope.
That's about it.
Yeah, I think that will do it for us. Yeah, until next time. I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
Oh, excuse me. Stay safe, stay clean, and go eat at Qdoba, because that's where I was.
I do my best to unlock all secrets.